Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. It is nice to see you here. It is nice to see so many of you online. If you get here early enough and you put in a Shabbat Shalom into the chat, then I know that you are here and I can respond to you. But otherwise, I can't see you. So we're just glad that you are here and that you are present. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about liminal moments, about the fact that we this morning or this afternoon finished our Camp Sinai season, and we have a week essentially before we begin our school season, and there is that liminal moment, that in-between moment, and I feel sort of the same as I am getting ready for Shabbat, that I am winding down all of the work that I have to do, knowing that there is lots still to do, but that I can put it aside and enter into Shabbat as a day of rest and of peace. So in this moment, we just take a big, deep breath, and we let go of all the things that we still have to do that will be waiting for us on Sunday, and we breathe in again the peace of Shabbat. And we hope that as we enter our homes with maybe coming from services, or even if you are at home, that you are coming with a new frame of mind. We begin with the hope that God's angels will accompany us. Shalom Aleichem, page 142. Page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Loachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world that God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Page 138, we welcome Shabbat as we welcome a bride, Lecha Dade. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila, la 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 la, Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha. So ma'aseh b'makshavat tchila, la 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 la. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, shir daberi. Kivod Adonai Allahayich nigla, la 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 la. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. We rise, we turn to the door, we welcome Shabbat. Boi v'shalom, ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dade, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. We are seated, page 140. Tov lehodot Adonai, it is good to give praise to God, to give thanks to God. Tov lehodot Adonai. Tov lehodot Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot Adonai. Tov lehodot Adonai. Elise and Jerry, can I impose on you to come light the Shabbat candles? Come on, yes, come on up. We'll say the prayer all together. How are you? Come light the candle. Hopefully one of these will work, so press the button. There you go. You got it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Page 146, we rise for Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vahed. You may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha Ukashartam le'ohot al yadecha v'hayulatotafot ben einecha Uchatavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha, leman tiskeru, vasitem et kol mitzvotai, veitem kedoshim lelohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. And then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing at the shores of the sea. Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neheda b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neheda b'kodesh. No ratehi lo. ונאמר כיפת אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Israel. Page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru, page 162, I think, 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, ledodotam b'ridotam, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, ledodotam b'ridotam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, Oti leolam, oti leolam, v'shamru b'nei Israel et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתורם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We rise for Amidah, page 164. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitei vatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטעם מחכה חיים בחסד מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפרה מחמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך מלך ממיר ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש ושמך הקדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festivals. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us a heritage, your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer with love. May the worship of your people always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato letzion, modim anachnu lach. When we behold your heaven, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulechana elehoto. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha,
tasim leolam.
Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha,
tasim leolam.
V'tov be'einecha levadech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et u'b'chol sha'a v'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Before we take a moment for silent personal prayer, we think about our friends and neighbors, members of our community, members of our own family who are in need of God's blessing of healing, healing of the body, and healing of the spirit. On this Shabbat, we are thinking especially about Judy Agron, Osvaldo Barraza, Elliot Citron, Barbara Davis, Kathy Duchess, Susan Friedman, Rita Gold, Ed Johns, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Jack Lieb, Levi Yitzhak, Yaakov Ben Tamara Aviva, Ken Levin, Maya Bat Devora, Malka Bat Masha, Elko Rock, Shaul Ben Michael, Shammai Ben Michael, Shaul Ben Moshe Verivka, Joyce Ridenour, Barry Sugar, Shoshana Devora Bat Chava, Candy Sharp, Mark Byron Singer, Rose Singer, Stuart Singer, R.A. Tzvi Ben Sarah, Barry Wasserman, Kevin Webb, Yonatan Ben Feivel. Mishaberach Avatenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yavarech v'Yirapeh et Cholim Kodesh Baruch Hu Yamalei Rachamim Alehem Hachlimam L'Rapotama Hachzikam L'Hachiotam Vaishlach Bimheira Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh Urefuat HaGuf B'toch Shar Cholei Yisrael Hashtaba Galav Izman Kariv and Omar. We say Amen. Take a moment for silent personal prayer. Shalom Bimroma Ruya se Shalom Aleinu Le'ako Yisrael Le'imru Imru Amen Ya'aseh Shalom Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'alko Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'alko Yisrael. Our world is filled with words, both written and spoken, on the radio, on the TV, in politics, on the internet, on billboards, friends. Everyone, everywhere has something to say. There is power in words. And the power of words can be found in our Jewish tradition. It's, of course, fitting to talk about it because this week is Parshat Devarim, right? The portion of words. Devarim, right? The name of the book that we are starting, that we started this week, Deuteronomy, right? In Hebrew, Devarim means words. These are, of course, words of farewell from Moses, who is at the end of his life, and he knows he is not going to be crossing the Jordan River. It's ironic that a man who described himself at the beginning of, maybe not his life, but at the beginning of when we met him, as being not a man of words, that he should say so much, essentially an entire book of the Torah. But unlike leaders of today, Moses' words are traces of transcendence. What makes these words so relevant for us as contemporary Jews is that they hold creative and revelatory and redemptive power. I want us to think about words. Right? If we go back to the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis, the divine act of creation, the creation of the world, is accomplished through the speaking of words. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. We too have the power to create worlds with our words. Just ask an author, or think about the last wonderful book of fiction that you read. A whole world was created by words. In Shemot, in the book of Exodus, words are revealed to us at Mount Sinai. The 10 Commandments, in fact, are not commandments. Well, they're commandments, but they're not called commandments. Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 sayings. These establish our covenantal relationship with God. And if we think about when a husband and a wife, when two people come together as spouses, they consecrate that by vows of words. In the book of Leviticus and Numbers, words have redemptive possibilities. We continue that, and we go past the Torah and into the Tanakh. We're reminded of the potential messianic age of peace by our prophets who were inspired by God's words, who gave God's words to us. Humanity's ability to form words is our share of the divine power to create and to destroy. With words, we shape reality, we construct meaning, and we frame hope. Abraham Joshua Heschel taught, "We shall never be able to understand that the Spirit is revealed in the form of words unless we discover the vital truth that speech has power, that words are commitments." So as we begin this Shabbat of Devarim, we are reminded that this book, this Torah, calls us to be mindful of the words that we shape will in turn shape the world. We are going to return to our Siddur, our prayer book of words, page 586 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'teknu l'yotzeh breshit shelo asanu ki goyei ha'aratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam ha'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech
There are stars up above, so far away that we only see their light long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. This Shabbat, we remember Robert E. Wolfe, Sheila Lieberman, and Sue Clow, all who have died over the past 30 days, for whom we are observing Shloshim. And we remember these, the yortzites of our congregants' loved ones, whom we are commemorating this week. Milton Agron, Mona Azrakan, Gussie Book, Jeanette Brodkey, Celia Y. Cohen, Richard Ricky Ertag, Moses Eskenazi, Ruth Fader, Hilda Fox, Mary Furman, Ann Gordon, Stuart Hersfeld, Dr. Harvey F. Howitt, Irving Iskowitz, Ann C. Jacobs, Marshall Katzman, Gertrude Kleinbart, Irving M. Leopold, Leo Lowenthal, Sandra Marcus, Audrey Marcus, Philip Reeder, Gilda Rose, Bertram Schild, Lillian Schwartz, Abraham Streichler, Edward Udelson. And we remember these who are commemorated on our memorial walls here in the sanctuary who are listed below. We invite the congregation to rise for Kaddish Yatom Mourner's Kaddish. Page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala v'zman kari v'yimru. And Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam olomei omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'halal, Shemei dekudashah, b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen. You may be seated. Once again, I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom, and to say thank you to our many, many sponsors. Say thank you to Jane Hiller, who sponsored in honor of her sister Nancy Simon's birthday. Happy birthday, Nancy. To Gary and Carol Moss in honor of their 24th anniversary, which they celebrated a little earlier. To Keith and Candy Poliakoff. I can't imagine that you're on, but if you are, happy anniversary today. Linda Azrakan in memory of Mona Azrakan, Bonnie Bloom in memory of Jan Brodkey, the Brodkey family in memory of Jan, Rita Gold in memory of Allison Dar, Sidal Howitt in memory of Dr. Harvey F. Howitt, Norman and Karen Leopold, Judy Agron, Lynn Turry, and Louise and Bob Morell, all in memory of Irving M. Leopold, and Kenneth Schwartz, Margot and Robert Schwartz, Elise Moorheim and family, and Jerry Reamer and family, and all in memory of Lillian Schwartz. And thank you, Elise and Jerry, for coming up and allowing me to corral you into lighting Shabbat candles today. To thank you to Maxine Schwartz in memory of Ricky Ertag, and Ronnie and Michael Zindorf in memory of Bertrand Schild. Thank you all. It's a wonderful way your tzedakah brings honor to their memories. A couple of things that are coming up. Most immediately tomorrow night, we will be commemorating Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, with a celebration, a commemoration, really, of the destructions of the ancient temples and all of the difficult times that we have had in our history. And I'm going to just say that tonight is the 9th of Av. So you have to come tomorrow to Torah study, where I will help you understand why we do not observe Tisha B'Av tonight when it is actually the 9th of Av, and we wait until the 10th of Av. I think you might be able to figure it out, but if you're not sure, come to Torah study tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and you will hear more about that. Okay? We are also, that's tomorrow night. We will be at Temple Israel of Greater Miami as a community commemorating Tisha B'Av. And then later next week on, I guess it's Tuesday? Maybe it's a week from Tuesday, on August 16th. I've lost track of days. We're going to hear from our own Elise Udelson, who came back just a couple of weeks ago from a very whirlwind trip, mission to Poland, where she had a chance to see right there on the ground what is happening with Jewish and non-Jewish refugees from Ukraine, and how the Federation world and the Jewish world are supporting the refugees there. So we're proud of Elise, and glad that she's going to share, along with a couple of other speakers, on Tuesday, August 16th at noon. And you can get more information on all of our printed stuff. You missed the deadline to send honey for no shipping cost, but you can still send it, and the High Holy Days keep getting closer and closer, so please spread a little joy and a little sweetness by sending some honey. I think those are all of our announcements. We are going to conclude our service on page 625. 625, Adon Olam. Adon Olam, Asher Mahalach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nahasa B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Le'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, Vehu Haya, Vehu Hoveh, Vehu Yeh B'tifara, Vehu Yeh B'tifara, Vehu Echad Ve'en Sheni, Ve'ham Shilo Le'hachbira, Ve'li Reishit, Ve'li Tachlit, Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'ham Misra, Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'ham Misra, Ve'hu Eli Ve'chai Go'ali, Ve'tzur Chevli Ve'tara, Ve'hu Nisi Humanosli, Menat Kosi Ve'yom Mekra, Menat Kosi Ve'yom Mekra, Ve'yahado Avkid Ruchi, Ve'etishan Ve'ahira, Ve'im Ruchi Yevi
Hayati, Adonai li velo ira, Adonai li velo ira. We rise for Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon, inchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Let's see what's under here. Oh, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom.